Yo ho ho, I'm a bad mofo. I got presents, y'all, by the 2x2. They closed the shop so I could buy for you super soakers and a something else. Watch out, Santa, cause here I come, cause I sleep on the floor, never ever in the bed, cause I'm not a nonce. Welcome to this tiered ranking listing thing. It is Christmas Eve, or it was the last time we were told this video is getting published. Hopefully it gets published on the right day.
Yes,
please,
hopefully.
let's hope that. I'm Gary YouTube, of course, joined by a second Gary YouTube as we do some more Gary YouTubing. Now, to peel the curtain back here at Cultaholic, we did intend to do every single WWE Championship title, but
design,
all of the designs, but there is 71. And we do not have enough time.
Yeah, so we're going to probably do that next year. It's like a big special.
We're doing that next year, faux shower. But as for today, we're doing a random collection of wrestling themes, which is a tier list ranking that is already on tiermaker.com.
Yeah, so you
/create.
You can go
/WWE -theme -songs -all -time -62752.
Yes, so it's already out there, so it means that our usual rankings are not there. Now we have S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Nobody wants to be an F, because F is where all the losers live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the intro. So we're getting started. They can play along at home.
Oh!
Get the bloody tier ranking.
Get it on.
We've just told you what the link is. We'll probably put it in the description.
Yeah,
maybe
I'll put it
as
in the description.
Get it up. Let's do it together. Penis joke. Let's start with the first one. Get it up. Let's do it together.
Why is it always, whenever we're in videos together, there'll be like an awkward stop I'm sat in there going, that's the cut point? Because I'm editing this. So I'm like, that's the cut point. And then you'll just go, penis joke, and just keep going.
Let's go. Let's just do it, Sam.
Oh.
I've had a few whiskeys.
I'm a few drinks deep as well. Let's get on it.
So the first theme we have is Finn Balor.
Just real quick, this is going to devolve into the round from, never mind, the Buzzcocks, isn't it?
Yeah, the intros round.
Yeah.
So if people at home don't know how Finn Balor's theme goes, Sam, take it away.
You got to do your bit.
Bow, ba ba ba. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. Ba 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 da bow, ba da bow, ba ba da ba da ba da bow.
This is it. Here we go.
Bow, ba ba.
Here we go.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
It's not the same when you're not painted up.
You know how it goes. It's been around for many years at this point, and it's starting to lose its. But that's the thing when you listen to a song millions of times, unless it's lollies, Viva la Radio, of course. It loses its effect after a while.
It's like I think when it came out, it was one of everybody's favorite WWE themes. Very much like another one coming up very soon. But when you hear it over and over and over again, it's like when you get a new favorite song and you just cane it on Spotify for about 4 days, and then it's just gone. But like, I still think it's impactful. I don't think it fits with his current.
He needs to change now. Yeah, he needs to.
I want like the Io Shirai style change with him, because when she changed, it was just like boom, all black, weird like Tron that didn't care about anything. It was just all like direct and like proper low, like evil music. It was great. You haven't been a trouser malfunction.
That's Japanese, bitch. She said that.
That was great.
That dickhead in the crowd. Anyway, Finn Balor's. I reckon it's not top tier. How many tiers have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. I reckon it is tier number 3.
Oh,
B for Balor.
If it's tier B, it's got to be very top of tier B, because I think it's bottom of tier A.
Do you think bottom of... We'll go top of tier B.
Top of tier B, yeah.
See how the rest of the land lies.
There's quite a mix here. It's not just like current themes. It's sort of like a mix of different themes. If you're playing along at home, you'll know. So
next up, we have Chris Jericho. If you would like to do the music, I'll do the lyrics, because nobody knows what the lyrics are. You try and tell me you know the lyrics are off the top of your head.
There's no real way to do the music to this. It's because it's all just lyrics.
You can do it a nice beat for us. It's like, I don't know where to... Break the walls down! For those about to rock and what you want, baby, you know you're Judas and I'm your priest. Baby, what I got is not from the least. Bring it through the stage in the rage of the beast. Step in the arena and break the walls down. Step in the arena and break the walls down. Musical interlude.
Yes.
So, I wake up from a deep sleep. You always
Go with the chorus.
nonsensical lyrics, but
Yes,
it
well,
belongs
he crammed
in
a couple of references
the top
in there,
tier.
didn't he? Yeah, 100%. It's top tier. It's 100% top tier.
He didn't change it the entire. He had that one. He had. I break down the walls
hated
around
that.
you now.
Thing is, so many people have
I'm the king of my world.
So many people have fond memories of that. I can't remember who it was that did it. Was it Saliva?
Survivor Series 2002.
Yeah, so like it was sort of Saliva were a big band at the time. They weren't going to be a very big band for long, but like they were a big band at the time. It made sense to sort of change it up a bit. But for me, Jericho is just that. Like I don't care. Like Judas is a banger, but yeah, like I'd much rather have that theme.
He's taught how he tried to change it a few times. And Vince was like, "No,
yeah,
it's iconic."
It literally is iconic. You hear it, you know what it is. Like the second you hear the opening, like the weird noise with the countdown, like it's flawless.
Which entrance is the best? Because the correct answer, Sam, and if you disagree with this, you're incorrect. It's the one where it's like 2002 where it's got the blue tunnel thing. And
the blue. Yeah, and it goes all the way through.
And if you listen, the drums are heavier on that one.
Oh, they've added a bit
of bass line.
The thing is, like, for me, like at the time when Jericho was Undisputed Champion, he was my favorite wrestler.
Oh yeah,
like he was just straight up.
Even though he was just tending to Stephanie McMahon's dog.
Yeah, I didn't care. It was just he looked so cool. The theme was amazing. He looked awesome with the belts. Like nobody expected it, like him to be
And
that
his
guy.
flame shirts.
And yeah, like the flame shirts were rad. It was 2000 and a bit, but it was like it was just the coolest thing, and he had the coolest theme, like by far.
So next up we have Terence Bollea. And this...
Rick Derringer, I'll have you know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But it was the theme for Terence Bollea.
Yes,
and that is also a top tier. Let's forget about the man.
There's no arguing with the fact that Real American is an absolute banger.
Sing a bit. Go on. I dare you.
What?
I dare you.
When it comes crashing down.
You must be able to play this one.
I can't.
Can you not?
There's not a decent tab out there because Rick Derringer's stuff isn't really accessible easily online.
What a bastard.
Like Real American, you get a live version.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, I think so.
Give him a ring.
Just give him a ring.
Tricky Ricky?
I am a real American.
Rated.
5.
Free man. Right then. I don't think there's any argument.
There's
with that.
nothing else to say. I mean, like when he changed the theme up in WCW to...
Even that's a top tier song.
Well, like, what is it called? American Made, wasn't it?
American.
I didn't so much care about that, but you went from Real American by Rick Derringer to essentially Voodoo Child with a little bit of an interlude. But like you had Voodoo Child, and it's like obviously one of the most iconic guitar lines of all time. Hogan knew how to pick music.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and he can play he can strum a mean
He was an early bassist for Metallica, which isn't true at all, but you know, he'll keep telling everybody that.
So next up we have Sheamus. Hellfire.
Which one?
It's the one where he came back in 2015. It starts off with the drums and it goes dum, 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 dum.
Oh, it's
and it flicks through all the Irish. It's got all the Celtic. I can't. It's not one of those ones you can really.
It's got like the Celtic like pipes, doesn't
it? The bagpipes.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. I am going to say, judging by what we've done so far, I think
it fits.
It fits his. I was going to go C.
C.
It fits his character. It's big and it's
It does
bold,
fit the character
and
very
it's
well.
Badass.
Yeah, it's hard hitting. Like Sheamus is a big guy.
When I go to the mean streets of Morpeth
This
Town,
is when he returned and just immediately became WWE champ. Right?
When we got shoved down our throats. But when I go back to the mean streets of Morpeth Town and I want to walk down the streets looking mean and imposing, I might stick Sheamus' Hellfire theme in my ears and just walk down to the beat. And no one will mess with us.
At the same time, he's not telling you this. He's carrying a speaker in his pocket, blasting New Monkeys, so everybody leaves him alone. But he's listening to that Sheamus song, so he doesn't have to listen to
I'd be surprised how many people know who or where.
Everybody does. Met Mission.
New Monkey. I'm going to go C. Do you want to go D?
Let's go C, but very bottom of C.
Yeah.
I think because you're right, it fits the character perfectly. It's big and hard hitting. Sheamus is a big hard hitting guy. Irish music. Irish man.
Feck.
It just
arse. Biscuits.
Girls.
So next up, we have the phenomenal AJ
Oh.
Styles. And when this first happened at the Royal Rumble 2016...
I just thought it was Roman Reigns' Face's new theme.
it blew me away, it did. I thought it was so different sounding to just about anything CFO $S.
Well, they're not
did.
going to be making much more.
Are they gone?
I think they're gone, yeah.
Oh.
WWE are looking for music producers now. Me and Adam are going to have a go at it. But the thing was, with this, you know who this theme was originally for?
It was for James
Cowboy
Storm.
James Storm, yeah. And it
down.
would fit in perfectly as well, but I think, like... Because AJ used to have, like, proper hard-hitting themes. I think this, like, the more mellow... Because when he was younger, he had all these big hard-hitting themes. But now that he's, like, an adult, he went to, like, Japan, proved himself, came back. He's got nothing left to prove. He's going to walk into the company, he's going to take the title, and he's going to be the best here. He's going to be the best everywhere he goes. And I think that mellow theme, where it's proper, like, laid back and just sort of is sure of itself, fits perfectly.
And he compares himself to a Mack truck in the song.
Yeah.
I'm a Mack truck, out to pull over.
And ain't nobody going to break his red neck.
Yeah.
So
you don't want what he wants.
That means he's a redneck, which means he's out there like in the fields working hard with his tractor and stuff and getting a tan on the back of his neck, but then staying out there too long and getting a redneck, which means he's a hard-working man.
Fair enough. But when you're watching wrestling videos on YouTube, 9 times out of 10, what am I saying here? I've had
Are you looking at MVs where people edit them themselves?
Just how many times does the next automatically played video, is it demigods? How many times? How many times does it happen?
Yeah.
It's like, it must be second, just below Gotch shoots on Enzo. It must. But in terms of what we've picked so far, and I'm just going to put it there, I'm just going to put it in a tier, and I'm going to see what you feel.
Yes.
I feel like it's there.
I feel it's not quite iconic enough yet. I think give it about 2 years. Give it to the point where AJ's on his way out, when he's on his sort of last run, then it'll become massively iconic. It's already hugely iconic, obviously, but like I think it's just waiting to get up to that next level. Because if you look at the S class, that's Jericho, that's Hogan. AJ's still very current.
Yeah.
And I pray to God they don't change this theme at all for it.
Well, they tried it with the OC getting their own generic rock theme.
Oh, yeah. But it was like Hardcore Holly and Crash Holly's original theme. That's just part of a stock music library.
That's it. The Hardy Boys.
I have a disc of stock music at home, and I was going through this library, and it was just like generic rock track 5, and it was just the theme, and I was like, what?
I'll never forget watching Top Gear from about 2004.
Oh, it's on Top Gear, yeah.
The Hardy Boys as well.
Oh, the Hardy Boys was
the Hardy Boys theme. Jerry Clarkson's there driving the car, and he was do. Yeah. Bloody Hardy Boys theme on. Anyway, next up we have Shinsuke Nakamura, which I presume, going by the picture, is the lyricless version.
Yes.
Which is the better version.
It is by far the better version. But the reason the lyrics are there, we have to remember, is so that we can't sing along.
We don't.
But that's still it's not gonna stop us. But I mean, it's hard because it's so much better than AJ's theme.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's around the same sort of tier. I don't think it's top tier.
Yeah.
I do think it's the second
But
tier.
the thing is, this is the theme that could have been glorious.
Oh God,
Shinsuke nearly had glorious because the whole thing was they wanted like a musy, Queenie style track, and he was like, no.
I don't know if it's because of Bobby Roode and how he used it in NXT.
I'd love Bobby Roode to come out to Rise and Sun.
Bobby Roode doing the pose. I just can't imagine Shinsuke with glorious. I don't know what it is.
It just doesn't work, does it?
But I'm going to see how we feel about this. I'm going to go. Oh no, I'll put it top.
I think top of A. Again, Shinsuke Nakamura, just like AJ Styles, world-beating legend, but he's still active. He's still like going on a full schedule. I think in a couple of years it'll be iconic, but we'll see.
So next up we
got to sort of say that S is, I guess, the absolute god tier, like top of the Mount Olympus.
So next up we have Curl McSweaty Bollocks. So we have Shane McMahon. Here comes the money.
Money. Dollar. You can't say he didn't pop when he came back before Mania 32.
Oh yeah, I'm just. What about the themes here? I just think it's a D or an E theme. Take control of the mouse. Tell me what you think. I don't like it though. I like the soulful.
The thing is, it fits young Shane McMahon when he was a little arsehole with the Mean Street Posse, and he was just.
It fits old Shane McMahon because he was because he's been fired. He was a delusional arsehole.
Yeah, and. But I think it very much fits him when he was younger, and I think the only reason he still has it is because that's Shane's theme, and he was away for so long. Yeah. When he came back, the only way you're going to get a huge pop is like hit that music, and it's like, whoa!
I feel like being a bit harsh with E there.
I think
it could even be comfortable with C looking at who's
I think
in C.
it's got to be in C, mate.
Yeah.
Like bottom of C, not like high C, but I think bottom.
Do you
of
like
C.
it as a song?
It's
Take
very,
away
it's
who
very
it is.
repetitive, but I mean, watching Lewis Capaldi walk out to it was incredible. But no, it's I don't know, like it's so hard with the older themes because I've got so many feelings attached to them.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
Do you remember the original Money, 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 where it wasn't what it is now? It was a slightly worse. I can't remember.
Oh, was it like money, 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 money? It's like
just different lyrics. I can't remember what they are.
it just goes and goes and goes and goes.
It wasn't ching, ching, bling, bling, dollar, dollar.
Because there was you had the first money, money, money was obviously
Ted.
Ted, yeah.
Money, 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 money. Do, 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 do. Bing. So next up we have...
God
this
tier.
This is aged like a fine wine. When I was young, I did not like it at all.
hated it, yeah.
But now when he comes out and he's giving it all that, and it's like, no chance. Oh, there's crowd sing along.
We
It's
were there.
amazing.
We were there for it live, weren't we?
I
At
wasn't
one point.
there.
I think we've seen Vince live, I think.
Oh, 2016.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it came out on Raw after Mania.
Yes.
And it was like, it was one of those things because we'd just been to Mania 32, and when Austin's music hit, I think all of us stood up, and then we realised we were standing up about 30 seconds later. Like, we sort of snapped out of it. We were like, what? How are we on our feet? With Vince, it was the same. It was just like immediately, just everybody on their feet, and it was just... Like,
I don't know who said it in here recently though about Vince McMahon's theme. The intro is so weak, but I like it, me, because it's sort of like you're like, what's that? And then it's like, boom, boom, no chance. It's like just he throws it in and it goes like that.
Yeah, it's sort of
That's
like
that
a
weird noise, doesn't it? And then just kicks
it's like
in.
sort of like an orchestra gently tuning, and then
But it's fantastic.
it is great.
Pretty Little Puppets, something, something. It's another one of those songs where the lyrics are a bit hard to decipher. And
It's just a matter of time. You just sort of go, "Meh," and you shout puppets, and then you sort of just, and then place in line.
I miss those themes with the like tests.
Ah. Do you know? Do you know who did? Do you remember the SmackDown theme? The original SmackDown.
Yeah.
Theme? That one.
Yeah.
Do you know who did the lyrics to that? The vocals to that.
No.
And it's one of his only appearances on any piece of music in WWE. It's Jim Johnston.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was he? No wonder it was.
It was. I think it was like heavily modulated and stuff. So he was just shouting random noises, but then it was like modulated through. But yeah, like I think I don't know if it was like a placeholder, and they just went, "No, it sounds alright."
You can just imagine Vince McMahon. Is there singing? Jim, never again.
Woo, 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 woo.
I've got another bit of trivia for you.
He's just sat there like, woo, woo, woo. That's how Jim Johnston
That's how he
talks.
speaks. Who did the well at the start of the original Big Show theme song? You know it.
It's Michael P.S.
It's
Hayes,
Michael
isn't it?
P.S.
Yeah,
Hayes.
yeah. I remember I was listening to it recently, a Pritchard show about Big Show, and he said...
He might be talking
'cause it was-
bollocks, but-
I think it was Conrad asked him about the theme. He's like, is it Paul White singing it? Because it sounds like him. And he's like, nope. And he's just like, guess. And he's like rattling off all these people who he knew worked in like music and production for WWE. And he's like, yeah, it's Doc Hendricks.
Amazing. So next up, I think it's it's not the game. It's Triple H King of Kings, which is
dreadful.
by far the worst
Dreadful.
Triple H theme.
Dreadful.
By a mile. The correct ranking, Sam. And if
Bow
you argue,
down to the... Bow down to the
and I guess it
king.
fit with the authority theme and whatnot, but it's by far the worst.
The thing is, I adore Motorhead. It's one of the first bands me and my dad properly bonded over. Love them to pieces, but this theme, man, is...
It's not even the way it's just it's about like a story than a song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's like the last Triple H WrestleMania appearances. What do you remember the most? If you take away the match against Batista, all you remember from the prior ones are the entrances.
Stephanie McMahon with
It's
the
all
best
about-
Cher impression.
Oh.
If I could turn back time, you'll all die. Basically what you did. But Triple H, King of Kings, is by far... It goes, Sound Driver.
I think it's an F.
My Time, then it goes...
My time here,
The game.
then the game,
Then it goes King of Kings.
and then King of Kings is like.
I'm going to go
oh.
E. I don't think it's... we'll judge it at the end.
I think we'll leave F empty because F is for pure stinkers. At least the King of Kings had Motorhead involved with it.
So next up we've got Cult of Personality by CM Punk, which is the second best CM Punk WWE theme.
Yeah, this Fireburns is the boy. Like I'm a huge Killswitch Engage fan. I'm also a fan of Living Colour. I think like for what they did in the industry at the time was amazing. The solo is still one of the hardest things you could ever even try and learn on guitar. It's just impossible. But I've heard it played to death, and I'm sort of sick of hearing it.
Is this Cult of Personality?
Yeah, sick Cult of Personality. I'm just sort of like...
It's a fantastic
when I hear
song.
It's like... I've been listening to that song since Grand Theft Auto San Andreas introduced me to it.
I think it's
it's just like... Ugh.
It's a fantastic song, but a CM Punk's theme, which is what we're doing here, is a wrestler's theme.
Yeah.
I don't think it can go any higher than a B.
No, I think it fits with him with the whole, like, the weird cultiness
It's
of
too
him.
obvious, though. It's
it's too
here's
on the
CM
nose.
Punk. He's the voice of the voiceless. He'll shoot down the authority. Oh, I'm a cult of personality. It's too obvious. Too obvious of a choice.
When a leader speaks, the reflection lies. It's like, it's like, Jesus.
But CM, this fire burns.
That's A tier.
At least an A.
Yeah, Killswitch are the boys. They're just insanely good. They're still tearing it up. They're back with Jesse Leach now. Howard's off doing his own thing, but they've came together recently and did a song with both singers. Incredible.
Did they do a theme for a New Japan wrestler recently, or a Mexican wrestler?
Well, Mexico tends to just do what they like.
I'm sure one was made specifically by Killswitch
There's a guy
for a Mexican wrestler.
Quite possibly, but
Sure,
there's a guy in CMLL who comes out to rock DJ, and I'm pretty sure they haven't cleared the rights to that. There's pretty much every dad. So lots of CMLL weekly shows just start with about 3 matches of lucha dads, all in their 50s, proper burly old style luchadors with the big like muscle gut and like all that stuff going on, and they all just come out to Metallica. Like or like AC/DC. I think it's when you get down to Mexico, it's like, well, you can't just use your music, and they're like, well, come down here and get the money off with then, and then they go, right, YouTubers, stop it.
Another bit of musical theme trivia for you, Sam.
Right.
Who or which other fellow WWE superstar used This Fire Burns as his entrance theme?
I did a list about this.
Once upon a time.
It was a one-off, I think. It might have been 2 shows, but it was Randall Keith.
It's amazing, that, isn't it? Don't think that would fit him at all.
The thing is, like, Randy hates Burning My Lights so much, and I love that theme.
Yeah,
I love that theme.
His old theme is his new theme is a firm F.
I hate
the riff,
voices.
Is it the riff? I don't know what musical term.
Yeah, it's like it's just full of those little like licks and stuff. It's just like, but it's the whole thing of like, it's another one so on the nose. Like, I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. When you had one that was proper like energetic and like youthful, and it was proper like just great.
Yeah.
Like I hate whenever I hear it. It's like, I hear voices in, and it just sucks the life out of the room. It's awful.
Speaking of another one that sucks the life out of the room, in my opinion, anyway.
It's getting excited.
Get the Heineken excited. Is The Miz I Came to Play. This is one theme I have never ever...
It was this time of WWE where I started to sort of question the music quite a lot. I don't know why, but like, it was sort of like, this was where I was watching less, my brother was watching more, and I'd still see like the Raw recap on Saturdays, but like my brother was well into guys like The Miz, and I just didn't really care.
I just don't like it as a song.
Yeah,
like I guess like.
Why? I came to play. There's a price to pay.
Time
so you get down on your knees. I came to play.
But this is The Miz who runs away.
What's he doing? What's he going to play if somebody has to get on their knees? This song is a lot more sinister. It's a lot more sinister than
Twister. He's having a game of Twister.
No, because you don't put your knee on anything. If you put your knees down, then you lose. Unless he's telling somebody to deliberately lose a game of Twister.
I came to play. Get down on your knees.
All right.
This is my Twister board. I'm The Miz.
Miz's things about Twister.
But it's a song, as a theme, it never did. For much of The Miz's career, he was a heel. He never came to play anything. He ran away.
But the whole thing is, I get it works in that way because it's like he was such a chicken poo heel that but he was the type where he was like, well, I'm out here busting my ass. It's like, no, you're not. But like, and so it feeds into that mentality.
He
but
was
it's like,
though. He was very safe. That was the point.
Yeah, but
he could wrestle 250 days a year.
I mean, in character, but like, it's even now with the quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
The Miz's entrance has six.
Is it?
You've got the Quiet on the Set. There's one intro. Awesome. There's the second bit of the intro. I came to play.
Awesome as well.
The intro. There's just too much going on, miss. Sort it out, will you? It's been long enough. So next up we have the. Oh no, I've done the.
Oh, you've done that. We're back to normal. There, we're fine.
I've done a Tom. So next up we have The Game by Triple H, which.
Yeah, Game is top tier. That opening chord, that opening E, where it's just like, bam, it's incredible.
How many times in your life, Sam, have you stood in the shower, done it, waited for the thing, and then woohoo? Upwards of 50, I reckon I've done it. Upwards of 50.
It's just an incredible theme, and like, I mean, for it to be Motorhead, because the thing is, the game is built off of the back of My Time, which is why it's such a good song as well. Like the chord structure is just the chord structure from My Time, and instead of the da 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 da, it's just the higher pitch like wah wah like that instead. Like,
do you remember the theme they had in between My Time and The Game? It was
no.
like a weird. It's on the anthology album. It's a hard thing to try and explain, but he used it at a pay-per-view. I think it was Armageddon 2000. Go back and watch it. I would argue, if they put lyrics on that, which I think it might just be almost the same as The Game, but if they put lyrics, it might have been even better.
Is what I think they did was when he was trying to shop it around, because I remember reading an interview with Triple H where it was like, I think they were trying to get him to come out to stuff like rap and weirder music, and he's like, it's just not me. Like, I like Motorhead, and he's like, he did the whole My Time. I think he didn't like My Time very much, but then like he did the whole My Time thing, and I think it was very much a case of, if I can convince Motorhead to do this, please, Vince.
I wonder how that relationship got, because he was legitimately pals with Lemmy, wasn't he?
He went to Lemmy's funeral. He was a guest at Lemmy's funeral, and he spoke about it quite a lot. And I think the first meeting, he said, was at a music festival or was at a gig. And he went along they basically told management, want to come along and chat. And I think he might have met Lemmy a couple of times before this. And I'm sure he says something like, we went backstage, we're getting directed to Lemmy's locker room, and it's like, oh, there's Lemmy's dressing room. And he knocks on the door, and Lemmy's just like, come in, and then he opens the door and walks in. Lemmy's just there with these two like topless lasses, loaded like just stuff on the table that shouldn't be there. And he clocks Steph and just goes, hang up. He's closed the door, and then like everything was gone like magically when the door opened, and then they like sat down and had a conversation. But yeah, he delivered quite a humorous speech at Lemmy's funeral about their relationship, and it's like really interesting because it's one of the weird situations where Triple H is being a human. Yeah. And you never really see him be a human. So it's like one of those, if you can find it anywhere, I'd suggest watching it.
Stephanie ruins all the fun, doesn't she? So next up we have Daniel Bryan, Flight of the Old Valkyries.
Flight of the Valkyries, if you're taking it as a song on its own, it's got to be S tier because it's hundreds of years old, but whoa!
Sam, I never understood why he used it.
Neither do I.
And as a theme, I know it's
more akin to coming over a hill in Vietnam in a film like Apocalypse Now and about to rain hellfire upon.
I'm going to go there.
The masses. But like,
if you want to move that, you can move it. But that's where I'm suggesting it goes. Because I never.
The thing is, the parameter for C, as we've established, is that it fits the character at least. And so Shane's theme fit him when he was younger, and then they sort of had to use it as an adult because like that's the only thing they can really do. They can't debut a new theme with him. Sheamus's theme fits him. E is like sucky stuff that doesn't quite fit the character. D is like, why are they using this?
I mean, it's a good song on its own,
but it comes out and he's giving it that, and he's skipping down the ramp and that.
I never understood why he used it. I don't even think it's like
I think like it's
the WWE version as well.
Because it's the metal version, yeah. I don't know, because like obviously he used to use the Final Countdown. Maybe it's because it's a big dramatic thing. I'm pretty sure you get the rights from Europe for a pretty penny.
Especially now he's had his haircut.
Yeah.
So next up we have John Cena, Word Life, Basic Thuganomics, which is a solid Sam.
Oh. I thought you were going to jump in Neff there.
Thoughts?
I think you're right and it's going to sound real controversial. I think in terms of, if we take our own personal feelings out of it, his current theme is more iconic.
Iconic, yeah, but better no.
No, this is the thing. It's like if the S class is iconic and A is just incredible, then that's where that belongs. And the current theme.
The lyrics are just fantastic.
Yeah.
Bailey singing along back in the day. Remember that day? It was halcyon days.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I think she's in a car with Carmella.
Yeah.
Baymella on the road.
Baymella, yes.
On the road, having to sing
that famous tag team.
Yeah, I might get the lyrics up actually. Sam, spit some facts.
Word life. This is John Cena-onomics.
Cena, Thug.
I wake up occasionally, actually, to John Cena talking to me at about 4 a.m. I watch baseball sometimes before I go to bed when I don't feel sleepy, because baseball goes on forever, so it's just sort of nice to have on in the background, sort of like golf.
The intro as well. Forgot about the intro.
Yeah.
So you think you're untouchable?
Yeah.
Who came out then with like, you can't touch this? Who did?
You can't touch this.
I can't.
That's MC Hammer.
I know it is, but who came out with like a contradictory theme? It was like, so you think? No, it was Vince was like, I'm untouchable, and then Cena came out with, so you think you're untouchable?
Nice.
Oh, SmackDown, the rest of the days.
Yeah, John Cena does adverts now. He's just on like adverts for car insurance, for
Geico.
He's done a really good car insurance, a good advert for like pro LGBT charities. It's just, I'll just wake up at like 4 a.m. and it's just John Cena walking down the street going like, what makes a real American? And I'm like, what?
Whether
What's
fighting
going on?
or spitting, my discipline is unforgiven. Got you backing up in the defensive position. An ass-kicking anthem, heavyweight or bantam, holding counts for ransom, a microphone phantom. Teams hit the floor. How does he do it? Team hits the floor. Speaks about joints and points and no nonsense and reinforcements. It's just a fantastic theme. We need to get lyrics up. We should have had them all printed out.
We should have had them printed out.
Yeah, well,
should have had a kazoo and everything.
Well,
yeah, iconic. There's not
Evolution.
You can't even say like. Again, it's sort of the same as the game. It's the opening chords. Like, it's just amazing.
it's just I want
It's just
at one
amazing.
point in my life, Sam, I want to have made enough money, which is never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I want to go to somewhere like Miami.
Yeah.
And buy a convertible car and
Yeah.
put the roof down and drink an alcoholic beverage in the front seat while driving.
Yeah.
And then don't do that, kids.
So we'll go back to the 1980s when they didn't care about that.
and just blast this with the wind running through me hair.
Yeah. You're going to
Actively.
grow your hair out for the occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Get a
no,
nice
it goes to a
mullet.
big afro.
No, get a nice mullet or like a perm, ball perm or something.
I don't know what you say about Evolution's line in the side.
There's no
great
other
to
way
sing along to.
Yeah,
One of the
it's-
best to sing along to.
It's genuinely just amazing. Sorry, I think we got cut off there with the camera. But yeah, Evolution's theme, you can't really say anything bad about it because it's amazing.
Everyone knows the first line.
Yeah.
In the sand. Sam, I've got a question for you.
Right.
Are you ready?
I was pretty sultry, that. You want to speak to me in that voice a lot more?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Boom, boom.
Wow.
So you think you can tell us what to do?
Controversially,
You can tell. Oh my God! Don't say it. Do not say it.
I don't think I'd put it in S class.
Da-na-na-na. Oh, it's got to go in S class.
Although, yeah, the riff's amazing. The
Oh, fantastic. One of my favourite entrances ever was when they played it live with Jim Johnson on the guitar, Living the Boyhood Dream. WrestleMania 14.
The DX Band live is awful.
But they did, no, it was that one that, I think it was the show where they did the American anthem, but it was a rock song.
Oh, that was dreadful as well.
But
like,
it fits Shawn Michaels then when he's going against Austin. So
I think it's, whenever I hear this song, I hear the lyrics and I'm like, oh God. But like, yeah, the music is amazing. I think S class.
I think S class. It's one of the, it is. We're on about iconic themes. DX's theme is iconic.
Right, now we got Kevin Owens' theme. That's it, that's his theme. Just stop me when you feel a bit too outraged.
I was gonna say one higher. I think it's a good hard hitting song. I think that's the limit it can go though.
I think very bottom of C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad. Like if you want a wrestling theme to get, you want
it to give a bit welly.
It's got a bit of welly,
to it, but it's like it reminds me of Dean Ambrose's theme. I hated Dean Ambrose's theme.
He's so wacky, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh my God, guys! God, can you believe it? He did the wacky line. Oh, this is a guy that used to just glass people in the middle of matches. It was great.
He does now again.
Yeah.
So next up we have Sami Zayn, who is the tier above Kevin Owens, I think.
Yes.
But no higher.
No, I think
It was a good toe-tapping theme, though.
It fits perfectly.
Yeah.
The Scar theme is wonderful. I'm a big fan of Scar music.
Yeah, it was just one. I don't know how to describe it. You know when a song just in your head just goes,
Yeah.
oh, it's nice. But
nice
Sammy's wasn't quite there.
Tickles your fancy.
It made you feel nice, though. Nice and upbeat.
You can listen to it without being like, oh, I'm listening to a wrestling theme.
You could listen to it walking down the street with a boombox, and old women would smile at you.
Yeah.
Before you attack them. So next up we have Seth Rollins. And I'm going to say something, right?
Yeah.
A tier. I think it's one of those Marmite themes, Sam, but I'm on the I like Marmite side.
But it's just the Ascensions theme, but jazzed up.
But it's good, though, isn't it?
The thing is,
the only bits
I've got to ask one question, right? Is this pre-last year, or is it the current theme? Because if it has Burn It Down in it, it can sit in that bottom tier.
Yeah.
Because Burn It Down! Like, no, it was so much better when it had that silence. When it was just like...
I don't like the second silence, though.
And then it just goes silent.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And he walks out. It makes sense.
Huge.
Made complete sense.
It was so good, but now when it's like... Burn it down!
To be fair, though, and I'll say the same thing to you that I said to Will Ospreay on Straight to Hell. If Vince McMahon came to you and said, Seth or Sam, we're going to put a
You're going to burn it down.
You're going to burn it down. Burn it down real good. Yes, Seth. Burn it down harder. And we're going to put this on a T-shirt.
You can't say no to him, can you?
Yeah.
He's literally...
And then, like,
you say no to him once and he'll stop coming to your house parties. He'll stop coming over for a barbecue.
That's why Christian was never used, because he didn't want to cut his hair short.
Well, Vince thought he was ugly.
Yeah.
He wanted to put a blue dot over his face.
And apparently he was scared of being booed as well, Christian, which I've always found weird, because Christian was a fantastic heel.
Fantastic heel.
It was when they were the Un-Americans he was scared.
Yeah.
But to continue my point, if he came to you and said, we're going to create this catchphrase, put it on your theme,
you can't say no.
and then sell millions of T-shirts to kids and make you a lot of money, you wouldn't say no, would you?
No.
But the old theme without that is fantastic.
And I personally think... No, it's not. It says burn it down on this T-shirt. Bloody hell. Wow, we're massacred here.
Well, that changes the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says burn it down on the T-shirt.
I think just because of that, it drags it all the way down to there.
Oh!
It's gone from A, relegated to D for me.
Yeah.
I think the different bang mix.
The thing is, this has got nothing to do with Seth. Seth's just the guy that goes, all right, and goes out there. The theme's the same, except for that one thing, but it's what that one little sentence represents.
It's forced, isn't it?
Yeah.
Forced.
Like, it's so forced.
It is. I came to show. It's not perfection, because I prefer perfection to I came to show the world. I'm here to show the world.
I'm here to show the. Come on, get it out.
If the song was just "Come on" over and over again, it would be S tier.
We need to edit that together and put it on Twitter. Come on, come on.
It would be S tier, but the rest of the song is severely lacking, in my opinion.
The thing is, like, the opening's huge. It's like, I'm here to show the world, I'm here, and it's like huge, and you get the come on, and then it just goes like, it's like they just stuck two songs together. Like, it's awful.
I don't know why it's just popped in my mind, but Ziggler walking out to this theme where it's like, I'm here to show the world, and Dolph Ziggler walks out. It's the theme that that liar from the In-Betweeners would have if he was a wrestler. Jay from the In-Betweeners would have this theme. Yeah. I know Ziggler used to be good back in the day. He's lost the plans.
I think, like,
it's not...
In a way, it fits his character, because most of the time he's that annoying little, like, arsehole, isn't he?
I think it's a firm D tier just because it does fit his character so well, but as a song...
I think very top of D, though.
Yeah, I think that's
fair.
I
think Ziggler's one of the guys I think could benefit from a complete overhaul with his theme. Like, because I quite like him at the minute under Corbin, where he's just been like the annoying little yes man, because he thinks he's going to get his own way. He's going to play off Corbin, and it's going to lead to something nice, but... It's just like...
I think that's going to be one of the more controversial ones we've done so far. I'm surprised you disagreed. Oh, sorry, agreed. Didn't disagree.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I never liked his first one at all.
I prefer perfection, me.
I am perfection. I am perfection. I am perfection. That's why I don't like it.
Give me what I do.
It's just... Oh, this one's not even a question.
But, Sam, his instrumental theme that he had when he first arrived in the invasion is better. When it starts off with
that was just a rip-off of Walk by Pantera.
Yeah, but like the one where he arrived in the invasion sounded very different.
Where was it?
But it had the didgeridoo at the start, and that's what took it to the very top.
Well, that's it. They added the didgeridoo to One of a Kind, though, didn't they? They added the wow, and then the screams, one of a kind.
I do agree with one of a kind being up there.
And it's a real life song. You can go out and buy on an album.
I do like the way that the thing WWE do well. We'll see it with Edge later on. I think it's next.
Right there.
They do a wonderful work. I would never ever have thought, and I'm not a musical man at all, to cut the themes up like they do.
Yeah.
Because RVD's works well as a wrestling theme, but also when you hear it as a song, it's good as a song as well. Edge, whoever had the brainstorm, the idea to put the at the start like they did. Whew.
I mean, like, Edge is the guy that went to Alter Bridge. Edge is next. So, like, Edge went to Alter Bridge, apparently, and I was reading an article, like an interview with Mark Tremonti. And I'm not the biggest Alter Bridge fan. I think they're butt metal. Like, I like my metal to be, like, very heavy and very pure and very, like, defend the faith. Because it's a very alienated subculture of music. And Alter Bridge, for me, represent, let's get in the charts! So, like... I'm not really a big fan of them, but I remember reading an interview and Tremonti said Edge just sort of came out of the blue to them and they were like, do we do this? Do we want to sell out and do this?
I'm bloody happy they did.
And then they went like, because apparently Edge was so insistent, they were like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And then it was like, yeah, and then all of a sudden albums just started shifting. And it's like, I think like they sort of understand that Edge did quite a lot for them.
Yeah.
But I think like, as much as I'm not a big Alter Bridge fan, and given the fact we're going to probably hear this song very soon at a WrestleMania or a Saudi Arabia show, I think it's going to go in the S tier.
Just to point out, because with the commentators video I'm doing with Tom soon, which is getting published later, we sorted that ranks out in the ranks as well. But that just takes
that's
too much admin. Triple H, my time. I'm going to take control of this mountain.
It's not even a question. Just
get it up there. Next up we have...
1, 2. Is this on?
Can anybody tell? Can anybody tell me who's sleeping with who? That's the final line of this song, and I think it's fantastic. Next up, we have Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy.
Wait, which version? Is it the Vince version? Is it the Sherry version? Or is it the Shawn version?
Is it the Kurt version? All of the versions.
Sexy Kurt's the best.
All the versions go in the top tier.
You've heard Vince's version, right?
No.
So, originally... like Sherry sang it, and then they went through a load of phases of a guy singing it because Shawn was like, it needs a guy because the whole lyrics are like "sexy boy."
And there's a Vince version.
Yeah.
Is it like Vince?
They did a load of stuff, and Vince wasn't happy with any of them. So Vince was like, right, this is how I want it to sound. Recorded a version, and they used it for him. I'm sure he came out to it, but it's straight up Vince just like, I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. It's on YouTube. You can get it. But the Vince version is my favorite because it's legit. You can just see him up there doing his stand back dancing with it. Like you can just see him
ripping out his shirt.
I've got the looks, the drive, the girls wild, and it's proper guttural like that.
I think that'd probably work better than Shawn's version.
Yeah.
Next up,
the Sherry version's better. She's just like, yeah.
Oh, Shawn! Oh my God, Shawn! Yeah.
The top of the top, the greatest theme of all time. Yes.
I was going to say something massively controversial.
you cannot move that from that position. There is no way in hell you can move.
The glass shattering is the most iconic start of a wrestling theme ever.
Amazing.
But there's two things that's damaged this, like the bog standard Stone Cold theme in my eyes. First of all is the fact that he went to Jim Johnston and said to Jim, I want something that sounds like Bulls on Parade. And Jim came out with that. If it sounded more like Bulls on Parade, I'd be like, whoa, hey, then we've got a top tier song.
It sort of is, because like, where, and Bulls on Parade's
It's more though, isn't it?
Bulls on Parade's got a bit more bounce to it.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. Austin's is more like just hard.
I hate the
like, Austin's is more like that. Rage is more like bouncy.
Yeah. And the second one is the Disturbed theme he used.
Awful. By far and away, the worst thing. It was like when Chris Jericho.
Oh, man.
It was like when Chris Jericho changed his theme to the whatever it was, the one we were talking about earlier.
Is that just because he changed it, not because of the song? Do you think it's a bad song?
I think it's a bad song.
Oh, I think it fits so much better to me.
I like Disturbed to a degree. Like I quite enjoy them, but like just no. Like the theme was so iconic. It'd be like adding lyrics to Bret Hart's theme.
Bret, 4 stars.
But it's like that was the thing that it was like when you just hearing David Draymond or whatever he's called just going like over the top of Steve Austin's theme, and it was just like, as much as I love you guys and I love you guys a lot, just leave this thing alone, please, because I love this thing as well, and I don't want you to mix. If you can just hang out and be mates, great. But like, Don't mix. Don't cross the streams. Crossing the streams.
I can feel the fire from the pitchforks and the fire things coming through the camera. So I'm going to leave it there.
They can come at me. Come at me on Twitter.
No, I mean at me for suggesting
I was going to say.
Down. I was going to suggest A tier, me.
Oh no!
The intro.
Jesus Christ! No.
The intro is so much more than the actual song.
No, it's the best thing ever.
Fair enough.
And then it gets into the solo. It's like where, and it's got all the other stuff going on behind it. It's the best thing ever.
Now, I'm going to take control here.
Right. No! Electrifying? You cannot put that in C.
The Rocks,
you
again, it's the
cannot
same
put that
thing.
in C.
If you smell, that is fantastic.
Again,
the
Austin and Rock
is
are possibly the two most iconic wrestling themes of all time. Above Real American, above anything.
I'm on about as a song that I like to listen to. The Rock's theme, it never, no matter what version that it was, never did it for me.
I don't know if it's because I'm a guitarist, but like a 48-minute fret wanky solo, like over just like this beautiful pounding line. It's great.
Well, you're using technical terminology there, so I feel...
It's just like literally the entire thing, just A minor pentatonic boys just sitting there, just rattling the thing off with a bit of a wah. Like that's the Rock's theme, but it's not.
A bit of a wah?
A bit of a wah, like wah pedal.
Wah.
Yeah.
Wow. Technical terminology. It never did it for me.
Really?
If you want to move it.
Like that theme was like, I mean, because we were.
Bearing in mind, there's Know Your Role, which is the Attitude Era version. Then there's Electrifying, which
I prefer Electrifying.
Do you? The modern day one?
Yeah, there was Know Your Role, then there was Hollywood Rock, and then there was Electrifying.
Hollywood Rock is the best.
No.
If that was on here, Hollywood Rock would be an S tier.
No, you just like it because it's got the big swirly bit at the start while it's going on the set. It was like,
I love the noise. Did you know the helicopter used in that video was the same helicopter at the start of Raw in like 95, 96?
Interesting. You know the opening to Raw back in the day, Raw is War. They just went over to an area of Stamford called Bridgeport, which is or an area of Connecticut called Bridgeport that's just terrible. They were like,
no offense if you're from there.
We were gonna. It was Cornette, I think, and Pritchard have both said it before when people were asked like, where did you shoot all these amazing things? Like, was it a studio? And they were like, no, we just went over to some factories in Bridgeport, and it was all the windows were put out. There was just angry dogs everywhere. We just filmed it and just made like Austin.
The dogs weren't theirs.
It's just like they just filmed loads of stuff and just jammed it all together and made it all happen. But mate, there is no way. There is absolutely no way that this can be anywhere but...
By the way, if we're going to put these in tiers, the Know Your Role is far better than Electrifying. I'm not having that from you, Sam Driver.
Right, okay, well, we'll put Electrifying top of A.
Yeah, that one could go in S.
Where's
S? Got to go S. I know it's iconic, but it's a song. I blink. I've let my own thoughts and opinions blink at the iconicness of things. But yeah, it's definitely iconic.
Sheamus' other theme now.
Too many limes, too many limes.
I don't even remember this.
It's a shameful thing. Lobster head, a careless man who can wind up dead.
Yeah, I think this might be the only...
Better than Hellfire.
Really?
Yes. Are you going to go F? Too many limes. Too many limes.
Too many limes.
That's not the actual lyrics.
No, I remember.
I wonder what they actually are.
It's dreadful. That theme is dreadful.
Keep speaking. Keep speaking.
It's just, it doesn't fit him at all. Like the other theme fits him, but this one is like, I remember it's like this weird, like proto-Irish rock rap thing going on.
It was definitely from the stock library that they had going.
It was sort of like somebody went, can you just get near the Dropkick Murphys and make it a little bit heavier? And they sort of just did
it. It's a shameful thing. Whoa, stop moving.
It actually says too many lines.
It's a shameful. It's a shameful for they lost. It's a shameful for they lost their head. Needs a comma. It's a shameful for they lost their head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies. Too many lies. Ho ho. These words are true, and I'll make you believe. Ho ho. Yeah, you fight for air and struggle just to breathe. Doesn't fit him at all, does it? It can't go any higher than C.
It's got to stay in F. It's staying in F.
It was definitely...
It's the only category that's not had anything, and that theme is dreadful. Because I was sat there, my brain racking my brain, and you went like, no, it's this one. And I was like, oh, yeah. It's like I blocked that out like it was a traumatic thing. Just gone. It's just gone from my brain.
I don't think it's as bad as that. It's better than the Miz's theme.
All right, let's put it in.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Bottom of D.
We need to move 1 to F by the end, though, just to fill the quota.
Right, so we got Mark Henry's theme.
S. Somebody gonna get their wig split.
Yes, it's just amazing, isn't it?
Beat him up, break his neck, beat
Real
him up.
quick, there's just another one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Goldberg.
But-
How can you not?
How dare they? How dare they have the audacity in 2003 to give them their own version?
What was,
That was
the
it.
differences? I can't remember the differences because it was like, was it instead of just being the flat like that? It was this instead. It was like.
It did all. It was.
Yeah, I remember the
pointless.
beat changed.
It was
like
just
it was like a
worse.
small drum roll, like a fill.
I don't know if there was a reason why they had to do it, because if there was, I
think
apologise.
Jimmy Hart owns most of WCW's music, so I think even when they did the WCW album, they would have had to have licensed all that music from
Right.
Jimmy Hart to do it. So Jimmy Hart will make a cut of whatever they sell off that. So maybe it was that. Maybe it was the fact that he owned all of that stuff.
But thank
and
God
they
he's
were just
using it
willing to
now.
pay.
Thank God he's got it back.
I mean, they sort of had to, didn't they? Especially when the horns kick in. They're like, as a WCW kid, like
Yeah.
me and my dad sat there on Friday nights, and I was like losing my mind.
The bit that, like when it's got through the first bit, it's like dun 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 dun.
Oh,
dun.
yeah,
Got all epic. Oh, theatre.
Yeah.
Theatre. I don't know what I'm saying. Next up, we have Randy Orton, and it's Burning My Light.
Boom!
S tier. Absolutely. No questions asked.
How can you not? This one goes an F. This one sucks. This one sucks ass.
But if you're going to pick your best Undertaker theme, Sam,
Oh.
song, Sam, it's definitely
Ministry Taker, yeah.
I'm making
With all of the Latin over the top at the start.
I think
Well, it's like
Judgment Day '98, I think it is, when it's got the explosion in the background. And Jim Ross, when Jim used to be good, when Jim was crapping himself on commentary in time with the fireworks.
It's my favourite Undertaker.
Yeah.
My favourite Undertaker's Ministry Taker. He's just badass.
I've got one first. I've got one first, F.
Oh yes,
There he is.
I hear voices in my head.
In the
They
bin,
talk
more
to me,
like.
They understand
It's terrible.
that this theme's
Everything
bad.
about it is so. First of all, why? I know he did the
Jack's gonna go ape.
the Slytherin stuff and
Yeah.
whatnot, but where did the voice?
I would have
come
preferred
from?
if he just lay flat on the like on the entrance ramp with his hands out in front of him, like he's going to do a big roly-poly, but he's facing the ring and he just slithered his way. And that took 25 minutes, and that's 25 minutes of Raw or SmackDown that you can just sort of tune out and watch an episode of Family Guy, come back, he'll have got to the ring, boom, time sorted.
Terrible theme. Don't know what he was thinking. So next up we have a theme, right? If this was 2005, I would be looking at C.
Yeah.
But since it's 2019 and Xavier Woods
I don't
and
even
everyone
know.
else,
I think even then I was into this sort of thing.
Were you?
Like, for me, I would have loved this.
it
so
never
much.
connected. I think we got cut off again,
Yeah,
Sam.
we're
I do
getting too into
apologise.
this. We're
But
supposed to be looking at the time.
it's one that never connected with me until Xavier Woods et al. Started going, yay! Play the clip from WrestleMania reactions, etc. It's a definite S tier song. And when you look at the lyrics,
Yeah.
it's so, what animal is he? He
Well,
walks alone inside a
it's
pit of
Saliva
danger.
again.
Yeah.
It's just they were such a big band at the time. They've written a lot of bangers, and yeah, there's not really a lot you can say about it. It's just it fits him so well.
I love how mysterious the lyrics are.
for miles inside this pit of danger.
A place where no one follows me. I walk alone. And that's where the song should just stop, because no one knows what comes next. Could
Yeah.
you?
And I remember the end of it goes, and then goes back into the chorus.
Next up, we have
discussed this
Jonathan.
earlier.
Jonathan, the time is now, which as a song is worse off, but as a John Cena theme and
It's
wrestling,
iconic.
and
yeah.
wrestling theme.
I think it's more iconic than the Thuganomics.
Wabadoo! Wabadoo! Give it a good one, Sam.
Wabadoo!
One more time for your mother.
Wabadoo! And then,
No, this is one,
Oh.
right? Never did anything for me. No more words by
No.
for Jeff Hardy.
didn't me either.
And there's
They had a perfectly
Thousands.
good theme, and Matt found a perfectly good theme as well. Jeff should have just carried on using that Hardy's theme.
there are thousands, because when he came back and started wrestling as a singles, when Matt went on to Raw and became Woken, thousands, millions were going, bring back Too Many Lies, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Too many limes.
Is it
Too many limes.
What's it called? No more words.
Too many limes. How do I handle these limes?
it never did anything for me, and I know that's going to upset a great deal of people watching this video, but it just never did anything for me. Did it do anything for you?
No, I just didn't really care. And the worst part was like Jeff was my favourite when I was little, so much, and I just. Yeah, there was a disconnect there for me with that.
Yeah, the intro just never... it was too subdued for Jeff Hardy. I know that it eventually got there. But if it started, you know when he did the air humping, and the fireworks would go off, and then it would kick in. Yeah. If it started like that, it would be so much better, I think. But yeah, that's besides the point. It didn't...
Has Randy got some company?
No, definitely not. I think it's a C at best.
I think top end of D, it doesn't fit him. It does when it kicks in, but it's not like, it's not just, you don't hear it and just go, Jeff Hardy.
Nah.
Like, if you sort of blind listen to Hardy's original theme.
It's sort of like the Hardy's original theme.
Yeah, it's sort of... That's Burn Baby. That's disco.
So there we have it. There is let's go through tier by tier and work out if anyone needs to come down or up. Austin stays. Jericho stays, Hogan stays, Vince stays, The Game stays, Evolution stays, DX stays, One of a Kind stays, Metalingus stays, My Time stays, Sexy Boy stays, Know Your Role has to stay for me. Mark Henry stays, Goldberg stays, Burning My Light stays, Undertaker stays, I Walk Alone stays, and My Time is Now.
Do you know what I don't like about Know Your Role? It's because it starts with, do you smell what The Rock is cooking, not if you smell.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I prefer the if you smell. It's got a bit more energy.
Fair enough. So next up we have Electrifying, the worst version.
This should have been flipped with the other one, in my opinion.
Then we have Shinsuke Nakamura, a big tune. AJ Styles, Phenomenal. This Fire Burns from CM Punk. And Thuganomics, basic Thuganomics from John Cena, which is, we should note, a better song than My Time Is Now, but slightly less iconic.
Less iconic. And S is the god tier of icons.
Then we have Finn Balor, Cult of Personality, because it was too bloody obvious whoever made that call. It's a fantastic song, but too obvious. And then Sami Zayn, further down, Hellfire by Sheamus. Here Comes the Money, which I think it might need to go up.
Yeah, I think that we've been a little bit unfair to Here Comes the Money.
Maybe even that part is still. Then Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
I don't think there's any I'd lift up from the lower ones to go into C. So if we go to D, we've got no more words for Jeff Hardy.
That might be harsh. I think everyone at home is crying now.
Should we put him up to C? You better be happy.
It was really popular. I think a lot of people will be saying S tier, but I don't think it's that high.
It's not S tier because I can barely remember it.
Ziggler, Here to Show the World. Bryan's Flight of the Valkyries. Then we have Rollins with the Burn It Down included. If it didn't have it, it would be higher up. And then we have Sheamus, Too Many Limes.
I'm starting to think Bryan should be lower.
Maybe.
Because I think Flight of the Valkyries should be in with King of Kings.
I think that's fair.
And The Miz,
I think that's fair. Then we have Triple H, King of Kings, Daniel Bryan now, and then The Miz, I Came to Play. And then F tier, sorry.
I hear voices in my head. They tell me my name's Randy and I eat bread.
Get in the bin.
Yeah,
get in the bin. But we could sit here for hours speaking about this wrestling thing.
We really could.
We need to go now and fly back to our home
Go get
planets.
drunk because it's the last day of term for us. Well, it is for you boys. I'm in tomorrow doing graded, but you know
that's your fault.
Yeah,
for working different days. So that is it for this latest tiered video on the Cultaholic YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining us. You can play along with this one by going to the Tier Maker website. Just go on the wrestling section.
Go on the link.
Go on the link. Even better. Send us yours and let's have a comparison and maybe even a fight.
Tweet them to us. Come on.
Yes, let's have it up. Any closing thoughts, Sam?
No, I've really enjoyed this one actually. Considering we sort of had to just change it around at the last minute.
Considering music taste, I thought you were a lot more of a music snob than I gave you credit for.
No, I'm pretty like I just listen to most stuff really.
Yeah. I'm not one of those who has like views on music. If a song's a good song, I don't care who sung it.
I have some very strong views about metal. Because like I'm sort of a bit of
Punk came along and tried to kill the metal.
I'm like a bit of a metal wanker, but like for the most part, I'll listen to pretty much anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that's the moral of the story, really. Just listen to anything, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. And if you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe and join us.